Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Sarah, Tony, Mike, Aurelius, Lemonade, Boop. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How we doing? Gurface. How is everyone this morning? Loveless. Hey, I think we're colder in Macon than Philly was this past weekend. So that's cool. Good morning, Mike, Sam, Tony. What's up? Velociraptor. Good morning, good morning. As long as everyone keeps saying good morning, I can keep saying good morning. Hancock the other day. I missed the Hankook. It's been a while. It's been probably over a year. Good morning, Kimmy. What's up, Evan? I like saying good morning. Isn't it a nice thing to say good morning? Happy to see all my Philly Pen Show peeps in here. Everyone recover from the show? How was Sunday at the show for any of y'all that were there Sunday? I was gone first thing Sunday morning, which worked out well. So how was Sunday? Morning, Tolliver. So many walk-ins? That's fantastic. Like day pass walk-ins. Oh, I said goodbye. You just weren't around. I said goodbye to Brian. And Eric. Reed Whistles. Twitch Prime sub. Let's go. Jesse, what's up? Oh, man. Everything's blowing up on my computer all of a sudden. The Boop. What's up? Good. I'm glad Sunday felt busy. That's a rarity for pen shows, to be perfectly honest. And I like it when it is. And that you had good walk-up traffic. That's pretty cool. Belgium. Thanks, Stein. Love, bliss. Oh, hype train incoming. There's some hype train thing that just happened. I don't even know what that means. Did y'all see that? You have a limited time to earn exclusive emotes. Do y'all see that? I don't know what that means. But good. I'm glad it was busy Sunday. Maybe next year if I come, I'll just plan on staying for the Sunday. Level 1 hype train. Sub, gift, or use bits to get to the next level. Sounds like they just want you to spend more money, which you don't have to do. So I've never seen. Sorry, I have these things popping up on my notification feed that I've never seen before. So I guess it was just because all the subs came in. It made a hype train. Okay. Puffy jacket cold down there. Yeah, it was like 30 on the way here, and I just assumed it'd be cold in the room, so I can keep this on. Like I just have a t-shirt on under it, right? So. I don't ever know which way out to. Thunder Viking, what's up? Glad to meet you in Philly. That was awesome. So yeah, this is like my favorite jacket, except it's like a hoodie, like a pullover hoodie. It's not like a zip. It's not. But it's a sauna. If it's like 40 degrees, you can't wear it. But I like to wear it because it's comfy. I put your nib in my pocket 6. My nib? Or are you talking to someone else? Yeah, I know. I wish we had more time to chat, but man, it was great. Super glad to finally meet people for the first time. It's dope. I think I pretty much recovered. Like I wrote forever on Sunday when I got back. Like that was a lot of more typing than I did. Yeah, this collar doesn't pop very well because it's a hood. But the hood's dumb. Like the hood is like for yeah, this is one of those hoodies like it's got the it's for like your snowboard helmet or something, you know, all the boards I snowboard on. So like the hoodie's not that good because it just like cuts me off right here. It's kind of, you know, it's not loose at all. So the pop collar doesn't really work because the hoodie is so tight. Oh, my micro architect. Nice. I forgot. Yeah, I loaned Tony. All right, everyone help me remember I loaned Tony my micro architect pen. When is the Pen Addict visiting Europe for a show? So, I don't have any plans, but let me tell you what crossed my mind earlier this year. Sorry, I'm very fidgety this morning, so I'm gonna be flipping my coin. The Dutch Pen Show that just launched last year went super well, and the new London Pen Show are back-to-back weeks, like in June. I think June's a bad time for me to travel, though. But I could get to Amsterdam and London and hit 2 pen shows in the span of a week. That's what would get me over to a European pen show. Nib Wars. Oh, we did some magic thing. So I'm sorry. Are y'all seeing this hype train or not? Like, do y'all see this thing? Thank you, Nib Wars, for the sub. You're awesome. I appreciate it. Okay, so y'all do see this thing. Okay. I genuinely don't know what it is, but it's just like, it's like people getting you, people, like, it's Twitch wanting you to give me more money, which you don't have to do. Like, I appreciate all the Twitch Prime subs and all the subs, and like that stuff's dope, but to like start throwing money for some digital hype train thing, don't worry about that. Hype train. Miss G's Crafties, what's up? Is Philly show a good show for a first timer? It might be the best show for a first timer, and I say that without hesitancy. Back to you, Kimmy. So yeah, that Dutch show and the new London show are super, super close together and would make for a really worthwhile trip. Brian's in here. I said bye to Brian on Sunday morning. Like I said, Brian and Eric. FOMO from Philly. It was fun. I would highly recommend that as a first-time pen show. It's not that big, but it's big enough. Did I pick up a pocket parallel? No. I just don't like. I won't use it enough, despite like Brian's being super cool and unique, and I like the idea. I just won't use it. Maybe that's something I just need to buy one show when I see Brian, maybe in Baltimore, to give away. That's probably what I should do. Yeah, Kimmy, I'll double check the dates again. If I'm remembering correctly, it's in June. And yeah, Triangle would be another great first time pen show. Absolutely. That's a good call. And I'd throw Atlanta in there as well. I like the Philly bar and the location better than both the Triangle and the Atlanta show. Yeah, but Evan, I just like the size of it, the location of it, the hotel space is good. I like Raleigh because it's kind of calm, like not in an audience manner or attendees manner, but it's just like it's smooth. It's easy. It's just not too big. Yeah, so like maybe Brian, remind me in Baltimore if you have any. I'll buy one to give away. That would be a cooler thing for me to do. Yeah, we missed you, Jesse. Yeah, like location and like bar setup for people who are there more than a day play a big deal. So that's what makes me move Philly like way up. Because the show in itself was fine. Like I think Philly's very comparable in size to Raleigh, wouldn't y'all say? Mike would know. Mike would. Am I fair in saying that? Like size, like vendor wise, pretty comparable. Philly, the first show I went to prepared for DC. I can get that. I get that Thunder Viking. Because like it's busy enough to where it can be a pretty good crowd. And where DC is kind of all crowd all the time. Psyched up to see everyone in Baltimore. That's going to be here before we know it. What are we, like 5 weeks away? Something like that. What's today? The 21st, 22nd, 21st. So yeah. This is the first time, obviously one of the first times I've been to a pen show to not work since before I was really into fountain pens. I said it to a lot of people that were there. They heard me say it plenty of times. You'll hear me say it on the podcast a bunch tomorrow. I can't believe how not tired I was. Like, I'm just used to going to a pen show and being exhausted from working. Like, I was never tired the whole trip. I stayed up past midnight between 12 and 1 o'clock every night, which is not my style. Like if I'm working, I'm usually going up like between 10 and 11. And I slept terrible and, got up around 8 both mornings and, probably only got like 5 or 6 hours of sleep, if that, because I slept so poorly and I was never tired. Like I think that was just part of the stress of not working. It just really, really took off. I received a level 1 hype train emote. Thank you. So it's a Hype Griffin 5. Such strong support, level 1 completed. Yeah, I wasn't exhausted when I got home Sunday. I wasn't tired Monday. It was a strange feeling. Yay, everybody's getting emotes. Cool. I still have my new emotes. I'm in the queue. I need to check with Con to see where I'm at in the emo design queue. Emote design queue. Emo design queue is a different stream. Yeah, so it was a very different physical feeling from working a show where I'm really not moving a lot, but just, the constant, talking and rapport with customers and, stressing about, do I have the stuff on the table right? And like, hey, Beanie Duck, sorry I missed you. I don't know if you made it on Sunday or not. I saw your tweet, though. I hope you're feeling better. And I was out Sunday morning. Yeah, I guess I have to be on the whole time, right? Like Friday, I went out to lunch, like out of the show. Like, I guess it's a different responsibility when I'm working. So my mind is just like racing in a lot different fashion. So yeah, but I couldn't believe, because I normally don't stay up that late, just out of habit. I'm a morning person, not a night person. So I just, out of habit, I can't stay up too late. And I did, and woke up early, and I was never tired. It was weird. It was interesting. Yeah, Friday night, everything didn't hurt. Yeah, I mean, your feet hurt, your knees hurt, your back hurt. I hear you. Yeah, there's always another Pen show. We'll meet up sometime. And I hope you get out to a show too. But yeah, I hope you're feeling better. Oh, the only thing that did hurt at the Philly Pen show was my nose. That place was so dry. It was like daggers in there all weekend. What do you recommend for lunch at the Reading Market? So we only went to one place, and it was the place where I saw everyone going, and it was called Tommy Dinnick's, Dinnics, Dinnick's, pork. So you get this classic. So like the person I was with had been there before and said, "This is the place we're going," because that place is overwhelming. You want to know overwhelming? You could spend days in that place and not see it all. I'm confident of. It's packed. It's busy. But that seemed to be the place you go if you're getting one thing. So that was super popular. And then the name of the donut shop I'm blanking on, but that was super popular too. So those were my recommendations as someone who was brought there by someone who knew what they were doing. So I didn't explore it more than that. Said we're going to Tommy Dinnick's, and then if the donut line's not too long, we'll get donuts. And it wasn't too long. And I saw so many people eating with the same kind of routine. But I mean, the choices were endless. That place was impressive. So there's probably not a lot of places that you'll go wrong with, because if as a business, if you can't hang in that facility, you're doing something pretty wrong. Everywhere had a line. But that was cool to be able to do. So we ate out a bunch, which was a nice thing. Yeah, it was chill. It was a good show. So I hope the promoters thought so too. Yeah, well, because you don't like food, Tony. That's your fault. Yeah, city within a city. I wanted to spend some time in there, like we just didn't have time. You know, it still took us forever just to eat. That's true. You had pizza delivery every day. But we ate at a ramen place and Irish pub and the Reading Market, and yeah, it was cool. It's nice options to have. Like, as much as I love the Atlanta Pen Show, they're just finally getting, like, we used to not have any restaurants there besides the hotel and the Waffle House. Now they're at least open up like a little pizza joint around there, and there's a sushi place around there and a Starbucks there now, where like Atlanta, like, what, even though I think the Atlanta show's a little bit bigger vendor wise, like Philly has a way better bar situation going on. Like, and I don't mean that from a drinking perspective, a congregation place. It has a much better place for people to congregate and hang out and share pens and stuff. So that's what I'm referring to when I mean the bar. Not necessarily the oh, is her name Gena? Okay. Man, I looked that up. Then I just missed it. Okay, I'll fix that. Thank you for letting me know. Oops. I'll fix that. My apologies, Gina. I will fix that. I'm going to make myself a note to fix that. Because that's so dumb of me. I guess I would just I would go make sure I got her last name right and not look at the first name. So my mistake. I can fix that on Instagram, not on the newsletter though. Dagnabbit. Thank you for letting me know. I always want to know when I misspell stuff or have terrible grammar or anything like that. So y'all don't hesitate to let me know. So yeah, I did bring a few things that I bought at the show. I bought two things for myself, and then I bought some other stuff for giveaways and whatnot. So I think I brought all this stuff here. Oh, and then I got something for review. I did not get the cheesesteak, but I got the pork sandwich, which was pretty dope. Tolliver, I have a question about Sailor Story of Pink when you can get to it. It looks different to me than my other inks. Less transparent, is it? It's a pigmented ink, so the properties of that ink are different than your other inks. They're going to look almost cloudy in comparison to some of your other inks. It would be considered a feature for that ink because they're going to be waterproof. And they're also mixable with like the other Storia inks, so they're not just like a traditional fountain pen style ink. Good morning, Jonathan. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Yeah, no problem. Missed you in Philly. I think you would like that show. That would be a good Brooks show, I think. Seems like. Were there many other custom makers like Jonathan there? Yeah, I don't think there were any. So, I mean, that's an opportunity. I mean, I know they put like 3 of the... yeah, they did. I was just about to say that, Oscar, that they put the... oh, Heinz was there, yeah. Grinders Row is which I called it, which was great. Even though there were some other people doing work in the other room, these were the 3 main ones. You know, Josh, Mark, and Gina with an E were all right next to each other, and they were slammed the entire time. Like, I only got Gina to work on my nib because she had open hours between 9 and 10 a.m. for weekend pass holders. Otherwise, their schedules were both booked all day. I didn't check Josh's, but he was busy the entire time, so... Yeah, I forgot that name. The name of the guy in the back over there by Luxury, maybe. So yeah, I picked up 2 things for me for my collection. One was the Schoen Design Pocket 6. I got another one because if you followed any of us or are a Pen Addict member, you'll know that he made Yovo sections now. So I wanted to get a Yovo section nib. You know, instead of just getting the section and put it in my existing Schoen pen, I kept that pen with the Bach nib and put the Yovo section in this other one. And I like this. I'll have to look up the name of the pattern on this. It's like the dipped. It's like the dipped. It's got a Japanese name for it, and I looked it up once, and it's a big long name it starts with an S, and I can't ever remember it, so I got to look it up to figure it out. So I bought this for me, and then from Gina with an E. I keep saying it over and over again, so I won't misspell it again. There's an architect nib on this Yovo. Like, she just had pre-made nib grinds. I know you can't see that. I put a picture of this on Instagram yesterday. So I just love this pen. I just throw it in my pocket, pop it out. It's really good. It's kind of I don't know how to do it. So the gray part is like a matte finish, and this is more of a glossy finish. And what's funny is, like, even I always like this style. Yeah, the second purchase is sitting right here. It's right there. So Ian was funny when I bought this pen. Because it's like, I'm looking at this, and there was 2 of them there, and like, out of all the ones on the table, I could pick 75% of them I would enjoy. But this was just unique. And what this is, Ian started laughing at me. He's like, you're one of the few people who I can say that this pen wasn't designed to be this way. It's made from mismatched parts. So I need you to go tell everybody that it's okay to buy mismatched parts. And I said, hey, you're preaching to the choir. It's like, the only spoke pen I own is one that's not available because it's just mismatched damaged parts that I carry, right? So he's like, he didn't have a cap, a blue cap that was good enough shape to match, or a gray barrel that was a good enough shape to match. So he had made up 2 that had the same barrel and same cap setup, and it just wasn't supposed to be that way. But it's a way for makers to sell their parts, right? So sell their parts when they're mismatched, or if I'm making a pen and I anodize 10 of these caps, and then the barrels don't come out correctly as a match. Barmaid Alexis, thanks for the follow. I still have money invested here, and they're perfectly good parts. Is there a match over here that I can work with? It's totally a feature. Absolutely. I love it. And then I just threw in the brass on here, which makes it even look more ridiculous, but it's my ridiculous, right? I love this pen, how it is. So he just started laughing when this was the one out of all the perfectly finished pens on his display. There were no other ones with mismatched caps and barrels except for these 2. And we just had a big laugh about it. And I was like, man, you're not going to waste 10 of these, right? We need to do something with these as a small maker who has, maybe I have only $50 invested in this. I have 10 of them that I need to do something with. So we're going to put them together, and we're going to make other things. I thought that was pretty cool and pretty funny. So yeah, that was great. Rascat plan, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. Highlight was meeting Ben Margolis. That was one of the most enjoyable moments of the show. For those who don't know that story, that it's not a story worth sharing on here, but basically there was a bad actor, if you will, named Benjamin Margolis, and it's a very unique name, and he was eventually removed from the Slack. But then there was a new guy, Benjamin Margolis, who came. Beanie Duck, thanks for the sub. And you're right about Frankenpens. That's why it's cool to put together your own Kaweco Sports or Lamy Safaris or All Stars. Mix and match the caps and the sections and the barrels and all those things. I mean, like I've said it 100 times, the best part about fountain pens is you can customize them to you, right? So I like this style of pen. It's mismatched. It's not supposed to be together. It's the same general concept, but you just do it. So yeah, so Ben Margolis, he enjoyed all of us double checking that he wasn't the real Benjamin Margolis, which was a fascinating turn of events. All right, related. I'll show you some other things that I haven't shown yet because they're not for me; they're for giveaways. So related, I bought another one. I take that back. Ian gave me this pen. I went to buy it for giveaway. So I bought this one for myself, paid full price. He did give me this section upgrade for free. I don't even know if that's an upgrade. He gave me that, but I paid for that one. So then I came back the next, like, I got that on Friday. On Saturday, I came back. I said, hey, I want to buy one to give away. So he put it all together, and then he ended up giving it to me. So look for a giveaway soon on this one. I don't know what this color's called. We'll have to go look it up. It might be the Lisa Frank one. It's just a really pretty purple, gold, and pink. It might be the new Lisa Frank model. So look for me to give that one away next week, the following week, something like that. Courtesy of Ian. He gave it. So it's got the Yovo, brass Yovo nib section. Fine nib on it. Yeah, it's super pretty. Pilot Mayu is the best pocket pen. Maybe. I'm not sure that it is. So like the ballpoints, I like both Shones. I carry the Shone pocket pen more than any other pocket pen. I carry the plastic Kaweco Sports for fountain pens before I got these from Ian. And then I carry the stainless steel Kaweco Lilliput ballpoint. Those are the ones I've been carrying recently. I have a review coming soon of the Kaweco. It's just one I've been using the pen for a while now. It's time to review. It's going to get a pretty good review. It's got a couple of flaws in it that are not deal breakers, more of annoyances. You know, for like an $80 pen, it's not bad. I enjoy it. I also, since I'm doing the giveaway thing, I brought the things I'm going to give away just because I had them in a stack there. I was able to grab them off. I bought a Franklin Christoph pen to give away. Because I wanted to, so this is a Model 20. It's like clear and, you know, has these really, you know, neat blue caps. Bork and Bork, thank you so much. I really appreciate the sub. You're awesome. So I didn't necessarily buy this for the barrel, even though I think the barrel is very cool. I wanted to test out their steel flex nib for myself. So what I'm going to do is do a review of this nib. What does this nib run, Mike? Is the nib alone like $25? Like pretty reasonable price. Like if you want to buy the nib by itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to review this nib and then give away. This will probably be a members giveaway. The whole pen, the nib. I bought a pen case to put it in from Franklin Christoph. Since Scott knew I was doing a giveaway, he gave me a discount on all this stuff. So this has the 3-pin sleeve. One of their box pen cases, which I think are a great design. They're super cool. So yeah, I'm going to give these this away, and then the show ink. So that's going to be the members giveaway next weekend. But I need to review the nib first. Buy for real, you whizzles. Stupid work. 25 for the nib. That's what I was thinking. So yeah. So I enjoyed writing with this nib a lot. So I'll test it out, and then I'm gonna give away like the whole package, and then I'll pick up a nib like in Baltimore and Atlanta for myself if I like it. I'm sure I'll like it. It seemed to be like pretty cool to write with. I liked it for sure at the time. Mike, how did your weekend go? Like Mike ran his own table. Was that the first time you've done a table by yourself, Mike? How did it go for you? It looked like it was going pretty well from an outsider's perspective. So the next thing I got is for review from Kenro. I'm going to finally review an Esterbrook which I haven't reviewed one before. Susan's reviewed it on the blog. Hey, good morning, Tessa. Susan's reviewed them before. Sarah, have you reviewed an Esterbrook? I don't think you've reviewed an Esterbrook. Nor have I. I know we've done at least one review of them. Sorry, I'm getting all these parts out. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to review this one. It's going to be hard not to keep this pen. It's really pretty. I don't know what they call this color. It's the purple one. Does it have a name? Lilac with the silver trim, although this isn't the slim one. Yeah, it was good. Good, Mike. Mike had some really cool pens that he made with Franklin Christoph that were like mega sparkly and orange, and the grip section was dope. I really loved it. Yeah, I got the sit right. So this is the lilac with the silver trim. This camera's not doing it justice. It's crazy good looking. Crazy good looking. Oh, and Mike had the coolest sign. I need to get the. I'm gonna copy Mike and get one of those signs made. I probably won't bring it to the show. I just want to hang it in my office. Guaranteed chair is important. Even though, like, when I'm at my booth, I can't sit down. I just can't help it. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm so tired. So yeah, this is one of those that's much like as pretty as you think it might look here. It is way prettier in person. I'm going to say it's more Vikings because it's a little bit lighter and bluer. So I'd say it's more Vikings. Although it has some depth in it as well. I think it's more of a Vikings purple for the brightness. Although if you get it with the gold trim, maybe I would be talked into like a Ravens more. So I got what's in here. So it's the extra fine stock nib. All right, see you, Mike. Always good to see you too, and I'll talk to you soon. So stock extra fine nib, Yovo nibs, right? They use Yovo nibs. The build, like the size and the feel of it's very good. And I did get the sorry, my phone's deciding to blow up all of a sudden. Okay, nothing important. I got the section to use the old Esterbrook nibs in. So I thought that was important for me to review. If I'm going to review this Esterbrook that has this option in it, I wanted to make sure to be able to kind of get the full experience. So I'll be able to use this section with some of the old Esterbrook nibs I have. So I look forward to seeing how that works. And does it take a special converter? Guess not. I don't know. We'll see how that works. So yeah, this will take me a while to review because I'm going to play around with it a bunch, right? I have two different nib sections to review essentially. But I have it. He gave me an extra converter with it, so I guess I can do that all together. I guess that's the plan. But yeah, I really like the shape and size and color and feel of this pen, so hopefully it writes well, which I have no reason to think that it wouldn't. I don't know what this is. I don't want to take it out yet since this is just a loan. I don't even know what this is. It's like a pen. It's like a cloth, like a microfiber cloth maybe. And then my little nib guy bud goes in there, in here. So all this stuff barely fits in the box. Probably because this is a slim box. Oh, get composted. Do I have a story to tell about that? Should I save it for the podcast? Do y'all want to hear my choosing keeping story now? Or on the podcast? Because it involves Mike. Blue Dwarf Sailor. I did not see the Blue Dwarf Sailor. Do you have a link? So we can talk about it here since there's not that many of you here. A lot of people will hear it on the podcast. So, choosing keeping. Let's see if this comes up. Story. It's a good story. Sailor Blue Dwarf. Okay, so it's like the Purple Cosmos Blue Dwarf. I get it now. Dwarf Star. Boom. Yeah, cool. I have a custom 91 that's like that. So you'll hear a lot of this that we're talking about now on the podcast tomorrow when I revisit the Philly Pen Show and do my full review on it. It's going to be mostly the things that we talked about here. But Choosing Keeping is the shop where Mike bought his platinum pen that broke, right? The nib that snapped. So I'm not sure if everyone is aware of that. I mean, it's nothing have to do with the store. Like, it's not the store's fault the nib broke, and Platinum and the store can't fix it, so Platinum's trying to fix it. But anyway, that's the store. So Choosing Keeping there in London. So they emailed me like a month ago. Said, hey, we're having this event with Platinum on February 6th. He's like, they're like, you want to go? I was like, well, I can't go. I'm not in London, but, my podcast partner, Mike, is. And so they sent him an invite. So Mike's going to go to this event at Platinum. I know that's kind of a boring story, but this event that you just sent, Platinum's going to be there. They're having a couple little events, a couple little giveaways. They're going to have... I think I don't guess I totally told that publicly. I can tell that in a minute. But even Choosing Keeping was being a little bit coy. They're like sending me the promo. They sent me all the promo materials for this event, and Mike got invited. Mike and Adina are going to go to that event, so we'll have a report from the event. And it is the Curidas launch. But when Choosing Keeping was telling me, they would never say what the release was that they were celebrating at this launch party. So I replied back to one of their emails, like, they're, oh great, I'm glad Mike's coming or whatever, and we appreciate y'all, shout out on the show. And yeah, it's like, we'll have fun talking. I replied back, said, yeah, we'll have fun talking about the Curidas, and we talked about it on last week's show, and they were like, okay. I don't think they're like trying to keep this whole big secret. It just shows you how much our little world, our little social media world, like between like the Slack and the Twitter and the Twitch, like we can all know all these things weeks ago, where like a retail store doesn't realize that the rest of the world has known these things for like months, or like in this case maybe a few weeks ahead of time. It's like, ooh, big secret, don't tell anybody. And like they sent me an image, is like a little cutout image of just like the clip and the barrel section, right, just like in the middle of it, like of all the colors. So the Curidas, I didn't tell the Curidas story last week about how I was told, I was asked, I'll go with nicely. I was asked reasonably nicely to remove the Curidas links and promotional materials off the Slack channel. The 2 weeks ago, I guess it was 2 weeks ago when we did that blog post, and I said no. Obviously, like I don't. No one. You're not going to tell me to take something down that's in the public domain now, no matter whether you like it, or not. So. Yeah, that was a fun time. That was like 30 minutes of my life I'll never get back. They're like, take it down. I said, no. Y'all know me, how I handle. Like, I'm not going to do anything wrong, right? Or dirty, or release someone's secrets. Like, that's not my business, right? I'm not telling secrets out of school. I'm not sharing information that I shouldn't share. But if an image gets posted that was found online, in the Slack room, it's fair game as far as I'm concerned, even though it was a private, it had that header on those things, this is internal communication only. I was like, it's out on the internet. Everyone's going to be talking about it. I'm not taking it down the image. And it was like, where did they find it? I'm like, they said they found it on Facebook. Well, take it down. We're going to get in trouble with Platinum. I'm like, no, I'm not taking it down. So I finally sent them the link on Twitter. Like, it was on Twitter too. I was like, well, here's the link. Oh, okay, thanks. It's like, I understand that people don't get the internet necessarily like we do, right? Like, but there is a level of competency, not even competency, of just like realization that things exist for a reason, right? Like, there's a reason why this image showed up in the Slack. It's because it was posted somewhere else on the internet and then shared. in that, like, people just don't have time. I guess people don't have time to be busybodies like we do about our little niche thing. So I guess they just don't realize like how those things work. So, and it's just funny. Like, I took no offense to it, and but I sure as heck wasn't taking something down because someone asked me to take it down. It's like, just get a grip. Good times. Yeah. So I haven't had any lawsuits threatened recently, so that's good. Like I said, I'm never gonna post anything that I shouldn't be posting or tell any stories that I shouldn't be telling. That's not the business that I run. That's not the game I play. But if it's out there for public information, or if I'm allowed to share something publicly for the first time, I'll do it. After that, I mean, other than that, it's not enjoyable to me to play like any kind of gossip or gotcha games. It's just pointless. We're talking about pens and stationery. Yeah, I've been threatened in the past. I've posted a cease and desist. The threats were just from people who were doing really bad stuff. Like Scribble Pen sent me a cease and desist, but it wasn't even like a real one. It was like a fake lawyer. That one I posted on the blog publicly. It's like I'm not going to be bullied by stupid people. Yeah, it's like we're talking about pens, right? Go look on the blog. It's one of my greatest blog titles ever. Someone can pull it up and share it in the chat. But the title of the post was "A Cease and Desist from a Pen That Doesn't Exist," and then I posted the whole thing on there. So go look that up on the blog. I concede to be bullied by smart people. Yeah, I guess. What does that mean? I'm not smart enough to understand what that means. See, I can be bullied. Yeah, it was great. It was good times. But I've been the Tor pens threatened me back in the day. No legitimate pen company. Yeah, said I wouldn't be bullied by stupid people. Yes. Well, I wouldn't be bullied by smart people because I wouldn't get involved in it in the first place, right? You notice anyone who's tried to threaten anything doesn't really have a leg to stand on, right? So legitimate companies, they don't need to do this route because they handle things the right way. And I would treat them accordingly, right? Like if Pelican, all of us, like no big company's going to do this, but like even let's just take Joshua at the Pelican's Perch, for example. He's got like the hotline into Pelican. Like he's not dropping their secrets early. They're just going to get pissed at him. But he has a relationship with them where he gets a lot of the information early, and it's a mutually beneficial relationship. He gets to be the Pelican guy. They share things with him, or he gets things, but he knows that he can't really be telling secrets out of turn. So it's common sense, right? Plus, like I said, it's pens and paper. It's not the end of the world. I'm not going to do anything stupid. I'm not going to make anyone mad at me. There's no reason. I don't want to be like, I don't want to be I don't want to be the Penternet's bad guy. Like, I'm not interested in that. Maxie, thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. Like, there is no benefit to being like a jerk on the internet. Rich Sticks, what's up? So, like, that is not my vibe. Is being a jerk on the internet and telling everyone that their product sucks or every product's terrible and just being like, it's not enjoyable. And that's not how this community is, right? This is 99% of the pen community. It is the same way, and that's why it's such a good community. And like, I don't want to be known as the guy that's stirring up trouble. Even though I used to do that in the past, right? So I've had an epiphany as it comes to that stuff. I've talked about this a bunch over the years. How did we get on this subject? Oh, I guess the Curios. I was like, how did we get here? Okay, let's talk more about pens. Because I did buy something. I bought two things for me. I've showed you one. Oh, wait, what's this one? Sailor Pro Gear Lucky Charm. That's pretty. So let's have a oh, well, you're part of it. You're the best. That means you're the best too. See how this works? I can throw it right back at you. All right, so let's have a conversation about this pen. This is the first time I've seen this pen. Thanks for sending this in, Blaine. Hold that thought, Explosive. I will answer you. So let me pop this up real quick for those of you who can't get links on here, and we'll talk about how things work. And I don't think I'm telling you anything you don't already know. Where's my stupid monitor? There it is. Can y'all see this? Embiggen. I want to embiggen. Please embiggen. It's not embiggening. All right, you can see it good enough. You get it right. You get the idea. Everyone, remind me to answer Explosive's question in just a second. All right. So, what was the last North American exclusive, or at least a recent North American exclusive that Sailor launched? Anyone? I own it. I bought it in the fall. 4 a.m. Does this look very far from that? I'm going to go with no. It's in the ballpark, right? So 4 a.m. was darker, had the darker trim. With this coming out right after the 4 a.m., it makes me think they had multiple batches of material that were different shades. That's how business works. That's what I think. It may be. I may just be making that up. But being someone who makes stuff, like they make a lot of the same colors. Some batches are going to come off differently. And yeah, like that's super close. This one's really pretty though. I like this one. But now I just bought the 4 a.m. Why would I ever buy this? I do like the flat caps though. That's cool looking. I think it's fantastic looking. But all I can think about is, well, the last thing you told me was, here's a 4 a.m. in this really cool blue translucent color. Now all I think about is, like, well, did you make them at the same time and one batch wasn't the same? I don't know. It's cool. It'll sell out. It's great looking. All right. Oh, I should probably leave that up. The Sailor Lamy Pacific, super accurate. Like at some point, like Sailor's made so much stuff. It's like, how do you do that? All right, so Explosive, what budget combo for calligraphy could you recommend for a beginner? So there's a couple different ways this could go. What I would choose, I'm gonna pull this back up here. Let me get my monitor back up so I can show you what I'm talking about, and then maybe a couple of different things. What I would choose is something called the Lamy Joy. If you're just looking to do like calligraphy writing and practice that. And you can get this pen in a lot of places. It's a cartridge fill. So I can't really expand it more than that. So is there a nib shot? So this nib, it's called a stub nib. It's like squared off, so you can shape your calligraphy in different ways. Jesse, that's a good one. I will pull that one up next. And it's cartridge fill, right? So you can just buy cartridges, continually load them in. You know, if you're looking for something very beginnerish, the Lamy Joy is a good choice for that. Because it's also advanced too, like experienced calligraphers will use the same pen, but it's just a good entry-level option. Let me pull up that Kaweco set that Jesse's mentioning, because that's a good option too, because it gives you some extra nibs you can pull in. Oh, thank you. I'll just click the link. So what this does is it gives you all these different line widths in one set, from 1.1 millimeter all the way up to 2.3, and then this wild double nib thing. So all these different nibs come in the set. Or does this one only come with... No, this one only comes with 2 sets, but there's other nibs you can buy. This one comes with 1.5 and 2.3. So it's $45, and you're basically paying for the nib swap. Pen Chalet? Pen Chalet was the link I was just on. Pen Chalet was literally the last link I had pulled up. Oh, this one has the 4 nib sizes. So this one's $45 for 2 nib sizes. So this one's $68 for all the nib sizes. Or is it only 4 nib sizes, sorry. So if you just wanted to get something to test out with, either this Kaweco set, I'd still go with the Lamy Joy. It's cheaper. It just has the single nib, but you can buy some other nibs. And then once you decide you like something like this, that's when you go into your dip nib handles and G nibs and other things like that. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that. Let's do... You'll get into like these other, where you get a handle and a loose nib. Let me look at the nib holders here. What's the proper way to prepare a pen for writing? You don't have to with the Lamy Joys and the Kawecos. For these type of pens, this is what you're talking about to prepare the nibs for, right? So when you get a nib holder like this, you're buying these loose nibs. Let's see. These nibs do require preparation. Some people boil these. Some people scrub them with toothpaste. Because what you're doing with these nibs is they have a coating when they ship, and you're just dipping them into an ink bottle, and the ink has to have a way to attach itself to the nib, so you're actually getting, you know, enough to write with and draw with. That's this style of nib. For the Lamy Joy, you don't have to do that type of thing because it has its own flow system, right, with the cartridge popping in to the feed, the converter, and flowing out through the nib. You don't have to prep those at all. This type of nib, and with the nib holders, are the type of nibs that you have to prepare before you start using them as a dip nib. Does that make sense? So there's 2 different types of things. See you, Velociraptor? So they're completely separate types of things. But yeah, you can find online quickly how people do them. You just want to get some kind of abrasion to the nib before you start dipping it in the bottle, or else the ink is going to reject the nib and you're not going to get enough of a flow. So that's really it. But with the cartridge-based ones, you're solving that problem. Those nibs are set differently than these are. So yeah, those are your 2 options. I wouldn't start with something like this. Yeah, a lighter's fine too. Anything to just kind of get that layer off. But I would start something with a stub nib or a cursive italic nib that you can get. Yeah, we were just looking at that. Anza. Lots of credit card ads today, Alexander. Discover and what was it? Someone else had some other one in the beginning. Yeah, so those are your 2 options. I think this is round 2. Good point. I did that, right? I got rid of an old card and got a new card for the new year, but mostly for accounting purposes to start it at the beginning of the year. But yeah. Cool. New credit, new pens, right? Burn it and clean it with rubbing alcohol. There you go. So yeah, depends on which way you want to take it there. And either way is fine. I think the loose nibs and nib holders are a little more challenging beginner, but not that much. You just got to put a little more work into it on the front end. And the nibs are generally a little more particular than something like the Lamy 1.1. That'll be easier to get into quickly as opposed to learning how to use the other dip nibs. So, good stuff. All right, I did buy something else. I bought a King of Pen, which I've been eyeballing this one since last year. I chose not to buy it. This is the same story I had with the little bitty Tangerine 1911, the standard 1911. It's like, I don't need it. It's too perfect for me. I don't need it. I got other things. And then I bought it and I loved it. And this one I skipped, and then I kept trying other people's, and I was like, well, I should maybe consider it. And I'd really kind of forgotten about it, kind of written it off, but it's recent enough to where some people still have them. So Drama Ghouls had one. Like, I didn't even see it on Friday. I was at their table a bunch. I went by Saturday morning to pick out some ink. The Sailor ink I'm giving away on the blog today. I just happened to go by to pick out my ink that I wanted to get from them, and this was sitting right there on the table. I was like, well, now's my chance to get it, take it over to Gina with an E to get a grind on. So it's got a medium nib with a stub grind on. So yeah, like, I picked it up, and now I think I'm going to sell, I don't totally quote me on this, but I think I'm going to sell my demonstrator King of Pen, not the sky one, the blue one, but the other Pro Gear demonstrator one I have with the navy finials. So if anyone's interested in that, mail me. It's got a Mike Masayama cursive italic nib on it, and I'm buying this one. I don't need 2 Pro Gears and this one, so you need to add some more zeros or some. There's a different math calculation going on there. So that way I'll keep my sky. I'll have a Pro Gear model, and I have a 1911 model, and then I have a traditional when they shaped them like the ebonite pens, but a mosaic model. So I'll have 3 King of Pens. I don't need 2 Pro Gear ones now, because I find them different than the 1000. They're not mushy like that, because I hate the 1000 nib. It's much better for me. I know seeing it doesn't change the mushiness, but it's a big nib. There's no doubt. And I think that's why they don't do them in any stock nibs finer than medium, right? So yeah, I did it. I did this thing. So that's I just need to. I'm rationalizing my purchase by. I think I'm going to sell the other Pro Gear demonstrator I have. So we'll see, because I don't need all of them. One of each is fine. Good morning, Schmevelin. Yep. So who was looking for the Fresca, Sam? I didn't see a Fresca. This one was just sitting there all by itself. So I guess it was meant to be. But I'm sure they're out there in some places. They're not that old. But I know they went pretty quickly. The Fresca's such a pretty color. That's the one I almost bought just to be different. And then I ended up buying neither. And then I ended up buying the orange. So now my next question is, do I have to buy the 1911 large to complete the family tree? Because I have the smallest one and the biggest one. I mean, it feels like I have to buy that, right? Yeah. I mean, that would make sense. If they were going to do it with the 4 a.m., they would have launched it at the same time, because they do that as a series. I have the slim in Royal Tangerine, or whatever the small 1911 in Royal Tangerine. I don't have the middle one. But yeah, I would think if they're going to do it with the 4 a.m., they're going to at least launch it in multiple sizes. I know. Low inventory. Act now. Oh no. I'll probably end up getting that. It just kind of makes sense. Did they make the super small mini in that color? No. Tangerine and Fresca launched separately until it came to the King of Pen. King of Pens launched together, but the Tangerine launched with the small, the standard, and the large at the same time. That's what I'm saying. They only launched one size with 4 a.m. When Royal Tangerine launched, they launched 2 sizes. So I'm saying that those two sizes, then had the opportunity to add the King of Pen. Just one 4am right now. I mean, I could be way wrong, but that's just me putting together what they've done in the past, right? They haven't launched a King of Pen that didn't have both the smaller pens below it, to my knowledge. Unless it was only in the King of Pen, like some of the Ebonite stuff, you know what I mean. Any Pro Gear or 1911s have both sizes underneath, which makes me think that the 4am will not, because it only has one. That's me making stuff up as I go along, so that just seems to be their logic right now. Doesn't prevent it. I mean, look at the Pro Gear, the Lucky Charms. And why is the Lucky Charms pen blue? Have we discussed that? Why is the Lucky Charms pen blue? Oh, Sam, you're right. I was wrong. It does come. Sam, you're right. So now maybe, right? You're totally right. For some reason, I thought it only came in the L. Now you have refreshed my memory properly. You're 100% right, Sam. My apologies. Yet, blue is the last color I would think something called Lucky Charm would be. All right, I just missed all these. Rainbow Twisby back 700. I have not. All right, Sam, you're onto something here. My apologies. I think you're right. So yeah, that would be cool. All right, see you, Kimmy. The Rose Gold Twisby Eco launches today, I believe, or yesterday or today. Someone send me a picture of the Rainbow Twisby VAC 700. We'll take a look at it. Why does the nib have to be bicolor? I guess the same reason the nib on the 4am has to be rhodium instead of black ionized. Which means I don't know. Like, I don't get it. Any new lookouts coming soon? I have clay and sand and violet and black, if I could ever get them out of the manufacturer. I mean, it's a fight right now to get things. So that's as best I can tell you, Anza, is 2 new colors. I don't know when. Lucky Charm should be red and Ladybug spotted. Yeah, we're going to do some more Sapolos soon. Fodder Stack Mini, you're just going to have to keep asking me. We'll probably do it eventually. It's very difficult to make. Sapolos are a very high likelihood. I do, but I won't. I'm not the boss of him. Oh, Evan, you I could see King of Pen seems to be your size. It's a big pen, but it doesn't feel big to me. I think that's what surprised me the most about it. Twisby Pink on Slack. Awesome. I don't have Slack on this computer. Oh my god, I have so many texts. So yesterday, like, I got mostly caught up on like all the. Yesterday was like maintenance work day, right? All right, where's Alexander? There he is. Oh, I see. So since he didn't send it here, yeah, send it to Twitter and I can pull it up on the computer. It's basically torched hardware on the clear vac, which looks pretty dope. All right. Yeah, I didn't install all the things on my stream computer. Instabuy if the nib was torched. Brad, what's the best way to ask you a question not related to the stream? hello@penaddict.com. Anyone can send me an email there. Glad to help. Now, don't expect like super fast response time, but in a day or two. I usually get to my emails in like a day or two. Why doesn't this show? Don't email me if you want me to show something on this computer. Yeah, I've never responded. I've responded reasonably to Alexander's most recent emails. Like definitely within days, not weeks. Responsive-ish. Lindsay, you know, I'm not perfect. I'm an email triager. So I'm intimidated to open my email for one, right? So I have 4 inboxes tied into my email. So I'm intimidated to open it. So when I do, I'll quickly go through all the new emails and do the immediate stuff and the triaging. And then anything that I'll have to answer, I'll usually come back like later, save it for like later at night or first thing in the morning. And then I try not to keep my email open all day. I'll check it 2 or 3 times a day, and then I'll set aside time for like long answers, usually in the morning or at night. Thoughts on the Independence FC46? It was dope. It was bright orange sparkle barrel, and the section was the best part of all. It was mega glittery, dark blue section. Like, I don't need another Franklin Christoph, so I didn't buy it, but like I would recommend it. It's certainly good looking. Right, Evan, and you know I like small pens, and for some reason this giant pen works for me. I didn't think it ever would, but it does. I check Twitter more than email, even though sometimes I'm slow to respond on there too. Thunder Viking, totally agree. I almost bought if I bought anything, it would have been a 46 long. I forget who I was testing. Dan Dons. I was testing his 46 long. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Good first FC pen. My favorite first FC pen is the 02. It's a little bit weird. It's not everyone's favorite, but it's mine. What would everyone else say for the first FC pen? All right, let's see what we got here. Yep, that one. I mean, Pocket 66 would be my second one. So yeah, 02 for me, Pocket 66. You're pretty much going to get as many answers as they have pens. There's no huge outliers unless you get the full size 66. That pen's a big outlier. I like the Pocket 20s with the clips too. Will they be at a lot of shows this year? I think it's fewer shows than normal. We'll have to check the list. So yeah, I'm 02, P66, P20, regular 20. And then probably into the 45s and 46s and the various sizes. I don't love the 31, even though I own one and use it a lot. I prefer some of the other barrels. Thank you, Sonny Boy. Let's look at the list, because I want to see it myself. Philly, Baltimore, Atlanta, Raleigh. So I think I'm 4 for 4 with them. Chicago, they're going to. I don't think I am. Dallas. Yeah, my shows are a lot of the same shows as theirs, which is good. Good for me. Ooh, 03 in neon pink. Dang it, Brad, what did I do? Chicago. Golly. There's at least a chance this year, where in years past there's been no chance. There's at least a fraction of a chance. Just because of the time frame is way better this year than it has been in years past. Atlanta moves so much, and this year they're as far apart as they can be. So let me see if I have an idea. Let me go. Okay. I'm going to look. So my wife's schedule changed again. She works every other weekend now. Let's see if she's working that. Because if she works a weekend, I don't know if she has it in here that far. Yeah, she's Is it like the first, second, and third of May? If so, she's working. So that just lowers the opportunity. I just turned down St. Louis yesterday. And emailed me all the registration stuff, and I already have a trip booked. The 26th, 27th, and 28th of June. My next shows are Baltimore and Atlanta. Those are booked, locked in. After that, it's up in the air. I'd like Chicago. Doesn't look like it, just looking at that schedule. Probably Raleigh, but not definitive. I think I might have a vacation planned around then. Then it's going to be one or both of DC and San Francisco. I just don't know which. Maybe DC this year, since I did San Francisco last year. And then probably Dallas. Everything after Atlanta is not confirmed, though. Baltimore and Atlanta are confirmed, next two. And then we'll just have to see. So, I'd like to do both DC and San Fran. Erasable live show is going to be fun. Baltimore's going to be fun. Yeah, they're going to do... I had a meeting with Corinne to work on the Pen Show Jeopardy that we're going to do at Baltimore. That should be cool. You're going to miss Baltimore, huh? That stinks. And then the Erasable show is going to be cool. I think Andy asked me to be a guest on there. I don't know. I can't even remember. That was a while ago. Corinne does a great job. So yeah, we sat and looked at the Jeopardy board. I got to work on some questions for the Jeopardy board. I'll ask some of my puzzle maker friends. Yeah, Philly was a good way to get the year started off. Usually I'll have to wait till LA, or sometimes Baltimore to get going. I'm glad I went to Philly. I'm anxious to see how LA goes this year. I won't be there, but it's a new hotel. It's going to be the same promoter and same schedule. Those are my two biggest issues with that show. I mean, I might come back. How could you attend after last year, right? I feel, but I'm willing. I'm open. I'm willing to give it a chance as long as we get some good reports this year, maybe next year, right? It has been trending in the wrong direction, so maybe this move will get it back. But I think it's going to take more than a physical location move. I tell you this: if I come to LA, I will not bring Knock. Well, I hope it's good. I mean, we don't know how it's going to be this year, Podcast Planner. I mean, it's been good in the past. They had some hotel issues the last couple of years, and the promoter is very rigid in its scheduling for public-private days. So it's not worth me to bring Knock for one public day. So, but I want to come to LA because I have so many friends there that I want to see. So if it gets good reviews, maybe next year, I can just come. That can be my hangout show. That'd be fun. So we'll see. Looking forward to some good reports. I hope it goes well. Like, I don't want to wish anything bad to happen. I hope it goes great and gets great reviews. That would makes my choices easier in the future. So, but you got to have more public days than Sunday. Yeah, and be a nicer human being, right? Thank you, podcast planner. I appreciate that. Not cases repped hard in Philadelphia. I got one new case in. I got the Sapelo XL in black and gray. Probably launch that next week. I gotta get the pictures done, get that put up. And then I don't know if that'll be it until Atlanta. Like, we're really up in the air through February on new products. That's the only one I know that I've got new coming. It is funny. For Tony, for someone having all the knot cases, you kept shoving other stuff in my face the whole time. What were you carrying mostly? One of the Franklin Christoph ones, I think. No, the rickshaw stuff. You kept shoving the rickshaw ones in my face. I think Tony has all the cases from all the people all the time. Do you have them all full? I know you can't say, but any nude seed colors, that'd be different. I can say because there's not any. We will try to do one for late this year. The problem with the seed colors, we'll only probably be able to do one, and I have like 3 colorways I want to do. I want orange and gray seed. I'm almost certain it will be black and gray seed. We're gonna have to circle back on some of our blacks. Oh man, that Tallulah is so good. But that's the prime example of we have to circle back on some of our black cases. We haven't done basics in a while, like, because we enjoy the wild stuff, right? Understood, Tony. It's also what sells very well, and we have just lists of people wanting that. So, with all the feedback we get, it's like there's some of it has to be gray and black. Oh, I'm sorry, it would be black and gray. Thank you, Sarah. I saw the order. I just got it out yesterday, I think. Thank you very much. I love that color. Random question. Would you remove the stickers from the original stickers from a Parker 51? I may remove the sticker from the barrel person, except on a vintage pen like that, I would probably leave it. I would be interested to see what the rest of the chat says. On almost everything, I would remove the stickers from, unless it's probably from like the 1970s or earlier, because some of them like look pretty cool. It's worn enough, no telling what it's going to look like underneath. The glue situation, I would rather just continually wear down the sticker if I'm using it in that situation. Black and blue like the Sinclair. Yeah, I mean, I'm almost certain it's going to be black. Our gray, our steel one, I mean, I get emails a lot. So we're not going to do that again, but like people need some basic stuff too. Like, I know we love the wild stuff, but we got to make some basics too. But maybe in our new, hopefully this year, our new more agile knock, we can do both. That's the perfect way to put it, Tessa. Vintage, keep the sticker. New pens, no. Fair. That's perfect. The seed is such a good case design. I'm very happy with that. That was really hard. That was harder to get than I thought it would be. Just because it's particular in the way we manufacture. Red and blue seed would be pretty awesome. I mean, that would be like one of my goal colors. Yeah, Alexander, right? So this is, y'all see me carry this case around. We're not going to make this case, but this is red and then two different blue color interiors. Like, I want to make a seed. Like I told everyone in Philadelphia, I want to take a seed case and do the slots on the seed, so it's a little bit better. Jesse, that's exactly what I thought. I wasn't sure that case design was going to work, but then it ended up being better not just for what I thought it was going to be, but for how people used it. Yeah, this was an old case. No one has it. This is the only one of these. This was a prototype. This is my case to carry the Nopco display pins when I go to that Jeff made me when I go to shows. So what I want to do is take the seed style and do 6 pins on one side, 6 pins on the other. I know I still had my pins in it from the Philly Pin Show. So this was the case I brought. So I did a table at the Philly Pin Show, pin mixer, where I just did show and tell stuff. So I just brought this case to it. We won't make this one. It's an awesome case, but I think it would work better in the seed. It's almost exactly the seed size when you turn it this way. So we'll just have it flap open like this. It's real bad going through the not old IG posts. You should see the stuff sitting in my office. Like, I would get shot if I posted some of that stuff. I need like a museum wall in my office for some of the stuff. And there's some of the stuff I don't have. Like, someone was carrying around a Funky Town that we did in DC the first year. This weekend, it might have been Scott. It might have been Paperlate. It might have been Scott. Anyway, no, maybe it wasn't him. Someone was carrying around a Funky Town. I was like, don't bring that. I was only halfway kidding. I was like, don't show that to anybody, because I'll just get run out of the room. But I don't have any Funky Towns. I don't have any of the original Wax Sinclairs. The best case that I own that's not available right now is the camo. That one came out really good. I made sure to get one of those. Any thoughts on the TI Mini Pen on Kickstarter? You know, I got the email, but I didn't look at it. I pretty much love whatever Bigi Design does, but I didn't check out the size on it. You want to do this live? You want me to critique this? All right, let's pull this up. So the email, again, this is one of my triaged emails. It's like, oh, I saw this. I read the headline. I marked it red, and it's sitting there for me to go back and to investigate. But, like, whatever they do, I generally like. So, and it's a mini pen. Yeah, it's perfect. What is it? Does it take D1s, or what does this take? Best is the Ooh La La seed. That's the seed case I carry. Love it. Yeah, that's a D1. Yeah, okay, there it is. D1 refills. Wait, how cheap are these? Psh. That's dumb. I mean, this is a no-brainer. So there's my thoughts, Corinne. There's my thoughts. At this price point, for what it is, it's a no-brainer. There you have it. They live by me now, sorta. I gotta go visit them. Chadwick moved to Chattanooga, and Joe moved over, I believe. So yeah, I will back that project 100%. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna write that down so we can talk about it on the podcast tomorrow. Anything else I need to cover on the podcast tomorrow? We'll do Philly Pen Show recap, TI Mini. So I got, you're not gonna be able to see this, but I got that sale at the Manio inks that I got up for giveaway today on the blog. I bought 3 of them, and I can't remember this color. Yeah, so what's the one that's kind of purplish and it starts with an A? Call out for the wiki contest again. I can do that. Yeah, your review is what got me to put these on my shopping list, Jesse. Does it start with an A? Akibi, yes. I got this one. I got this one for me, and I gave away the yellow-orange one, And then I have a blue one that I have still to decide what I'm going to do. The Yomagi. Okay, so I should keep the Yomagi. So what my point was, I'm writing notes here. It looks amazing, but there's no way you're going to be able to tell what it looks like on the colors. Fix Gina's name. Sumire, I skipped because don't they have that color already? Don't I already have a bottle of that? So the Yomogi will go good with the Akibi. They're all good. And the Yamabuki is the one I'm giving away. But Sumire, they did blue Sumire. All right, see you, Schmevelin. I mean, how can you not like Haha? That's like the best name ever. Yeah, they had these at the show, and I was maxed out already. I didn't bring much extra space. Whoops, where'd that go? New Tasha inks. Because I saw the boxes. The boxes look cool. Picture of the floating world. So what do you think, Jesse? Give me the overview. This Hokusai looks pretty wild. Yeah, usually Dromgoals has a Sailor Ink Studio. I'm surprised they didn't bring any. Yeah, Hokusai Saibimidori. Yeah, bottom left. That's the one. That's the one that looked... that's the one that's standing out to me. That yellow's wild. It's kind of greenish. Very cool. So yeah, I'm real happy with the Akibi so far, and then I will I'll open up the Yomagi next. Actually, that might be a good match in my King of Pen Sky, although that's still inked up with Yamadori. So now, this is what I usually don't do, right? So I inked up all these pens to bring to the show, and now I got to use them because I don't want to clean them out. So this is how I end up with 20 pens inked. It's like, okay, I have these, which are all fantastic. I have 2 shown pens inked off, show off. I know, like this is some of my best pens that I own. This is some really nice stuff in here, like this one. Oh yeah, the camera's backwards. So that's my M90. I always bring that to shows to flex on people. But yeah, I just filled them up before the show. I don't want to clean them out now, but like I'm gonna have more stuff to review. I'm gonna end up with 20 pens inked easily, like in a couple of weeks. But I gotta use these. These are like my great pens. Tiny Badge, thanks so much. Just save me money to give to the nib workers at the show. That's great. So I bought 2 pens, both came home. Oh, I know, those are rookie numbers. 2 pens, both came home with nib work. One there at the show, one pre-made nib. Right? I really it's a knot case that we'll never make. It was for me to bring display pens when I travel. But we're gonna make something similar to that in a seed layout. We'll make a seed case that's just storage. That's my plan anyway. It'll work better than this. It will be a better case than this, I promise. How's your ass bag? Which one is that? Oh, my ass bag. Yeah, that's a good bag. Yeah, that was some serious enabling, but like you're never gonna get a price like that for that pen. But my ass bag is good. It's back in the it's already back in the closet though, because I don't use it around the house. I don't have any need for it. I have my Tom pen. When you write your notes, you can just rotate each line to be a different pen. God, that's smart. I should do a post on that, Lindsay. See, you gave me a post idea. I'm gonna steal that. I'll at least give you credit though. I don't like having that many pens inked up. All right, Tiny Badge. You're gonna get the last early birds. So I'm not gonna have time to get them till I get home. So I don't have like my I could look up my passwords and stuff here. Like I have very few things linked up to this computer. All right, post a review with every pen inked up. And that's Duck's Doodle's idea. See, I'll steal your idea, but I'll give you credit at least, right? That can be done, though. Oh, no, I have it. Like, I could get the password off of here, but, like, I've purposefully not logged into, like, I don't have Dropbox on this computer. I don't have 1Password. I don't have, like, any email stuff, any email accounts on this computer, because I don't want this to be, like, a work computer. So, there you go, phone. Oh, damn it, Tiny Badge. All right, let me go do this. While there's still an early bird. I hate all of you right now. You're all so much smarter than me. Kickstarter is in the business folder because I ended up doing businessy stuff. TI Mini. Back this project. Early bird. Oh, there's 137 left, according to this. Early bird. Why didn't that work? No, that's not even a damn it. $25. So I'm going to tell y'all something that I didn't tell Ian. Shown Design. Yeah, it's chump change. And I'm debating on whether I should. He doesn't charge enough for his pens. I think he should charge more. Was the Bigi Design TI Mini. So, right? I know. I didn't tell him. But after being to his shop, it doesn't have anything to do with the size of the pen. It has to do with what goes into the manufacturing. So we'll keep that a secret between me and you. I mean, yeah, there's a tipping point. But I think for what goes into these, I don't know. Just me. It's an awesome pen. Awesome pen. Yeah, that's what I'm not thinking something stupid, but yeah, like a 20 across the board. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see. Right now, Cal, the how long it's gonna last. I don't see anything. Any reason why it wouldn't last forever. Oh, yeah. This guy emailed me. And I didn't reply. So I just happened to be checking in my Instagram messages. Never message me in Instagram if you need an answer from me. I just happened to look at them, and the same guy sent me a message in Instagram. I sent you an email about reviewing my pen, and he didn't reply, so I guess that's a no. I was like, well, now it's definitely a no if you're going to be a ding dong about it. Yeah, so maybe he wouldn't sell as many, but I don't know. He puts a lot in those pens. There's a lot that goes into those pens. Yeah, I mean, I carried this one in my pocket the entire time. I mean, it's perfect right now, and I'll keep carrying it. So we'll see how it goes. So maybe I'm wrong. It's just a feel thing. There comes tiny badges in my Twitter feed of I just backed the thing. Yeah, my Twitter thing is over here. Yeah, it's like I don't owe you a response. But then to be passive aggressive about it somewhere else, it's like that really it's making me good. I mean, isn't that what he uses, Oreos? Isn't that what we're talking about, Ian? Well, you did pretty good, Lauren, if that's what you got. All right, anything else we need to talk about? I got a bunch more work to do. No. He's got a CNC lathe. That's one thing I meant to do today. I'm going to go home. I'm going to post some more pictures on Instagram of Ian's shop tour. So yeah, maybe that helps with the cost, right? Hundreds of parts. So yeah, maybe that margin's better. So, all right, what else we got? Yeah, nice, Oreos. That's good. That's good. Oh, I don't doubt it, Chewy. He knows better than I do. It just feels like there's more there after seeing what goes into it. But I don't want him to raise the prices. Yeah, if there's anyone I trust with the math, I should trust Ian, right? He knows what he's doing. But now he's got a whole Tokyo presence now. That's pretty cool. All right. I think it's going to wrap it up today, gang. I'll be working in front of a computer the rest of the afternoon. So I'll be on the Twitter bot. Maybe even the Slack on my phone. So if y'all need me, holler at me, because I'll need some sanity. Nice, Tolliver. I guess I'll be doing that soon with this whole batch of pens that I've got in here. I wish I had more. I wish I had a cleaning set up here. I could just clean all my pens while I was doing that. I guess there's nothing stopping me from doing it, but other than the fear of making a mess on not my carpet. So that would be bad. Yeah, so my desk is going to be clean this afternoon. My desk was clean at home before the pen show. Then I came home and just dumped it all on the desk. So I'm going home to sit in front of my desk, work, and clean. Ooh, lizard skin rods. That should be dope. Bought the collar with the ebonite feet for putting a Homo sapiens nib into my Conan, and the nib is 100 times better than it was before. That's wild. Oh, I should have seen if I didn't see Tame until the night before I left. Did she have any sailor nibs for me? That's why I don't like having too many pens to clean, Evan. It can just builds up, and then the next thing you know, you don't have time to do it. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Y'all are awesome. I'll be back Thursday. I'm due a Jet Pens box. It should have shipped. It should have been here while I was gone, so we could do a unboxing then. If not, we might just do envelope addressing, or we're gonna have to do some handwriting stuff pretty soon because I'm getting a little disappointed in my handwriting. So We'll have to do some handwriting practice.